Hi, welcome to Yoga with AJ. We'll be practicing upper body strengthening postures today. So you're going to strengthen your shoulders, your arms, even your back and your core. And we'll be doing some poses to open up the upper body energy centers. So let's get started. So we're going to start out in Vajrasana. Your big toes are touching, heels flopping out to the sides, back nice and straight. Interlock your fingers, take a nice deep breath, stretch your arms all the way up. So you're stretching out your stomach, the sides of your body, arms and the palms stretching up towards the ceiling. Feel the skin of your palms stretching up. Rest the shoulders down in their sockets. Take another deep breath in here, look up at your palms. Nice long inhalation. Exhale, fully empty all the air out of your lungs. One more time. Inhale deeply, let the abdomen and the chest expand. And exhale fully, gently release the fingers. Bring your hands behind you, interlocking the fingers behind you once more. Try and have the palms pressing against each other. And if you can't stretch that way, it's okay to have the palms out as well. Try and draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Lift the heart and the chest. Look up towards the sky. Staying here for 2 long breaths. Nice long inhalation. Stretch out the back. Lift the chin. Empty the lungs every time you exhale. One more nice long inhalation. Exhale fully. Release the hands. Bring your hands back to your thighs and gently tilt your ear towards your right side and then to your left. Trying to keep the back absolutely nice and straight. Just stretching out the side of the neck. Feeling those neck muscles open up. Maybe a couple more. You must feel, I'm sure, even your ankles working as they're stretching under you in Vajrasana. And come back to the center. So we've been sitting in Vajrasana, you're resting on your ankles, toes nicely stretched out. If you feel very tight here, or you feel like you're straining to stay there, what you can do is roll up your mat. You can place your ankles onto this rolled mat and sit there. You'll get some support. Or you can just have a towel close to you. Keep a rolled up towel ready. So we're going to move ahead. Coming into a nice tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Your hands are shoulder width apart. So your wrists are directly under your shoulders. Knees are hip width apart. When I say hip width, it's in line with your hip bones, not the outsides of your hips. And you make a nice table with the back. Take a nice inhalation. Stretch up. Lift the heart. As you exhale, draw the chin into the chest, draw the tailbone in. Inhale one more time, pressing away from the floor as you inhale, lifting your tailbone up towards the sky. As you exhale, draw your tummy in towards your spine, chin into the chest. Doing this 3 more times. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale and curl under. Press the back up towards the ceiling. Inhaling. As you exhale, curve up like a Halloween cat. So we are in Marjariasana, cat pose. Exhale and stretch up. If you see cat stretching, you feel they're always very flexible. So we're opening up our backs. We're going to come into a nice neutral spine now. Curl the toes under. You can either have your toes out or in. But for the next thing, we're going to need the toes curled under. The neck is in line with the spine. Arms pressing away from the floor. Take a nice deep inhalation. As you exhale, draw the belly in towards the spine. Open the shoulders nice and wide. And then just lift the knees off the mat. Maybe you're an inch or 2 off the mat. And we're going to hold here for 10 counts. 10, 9, 8. Nice strong shoulders, strong arms. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Gently rest the knees down. Stretch forward like a puppy. And you can bring your forehead down to the mat. Staying here for 3 breaths. Nice long inhalations, long exhalation. Your hips are up. They're not resting on your heels. Your toes are curled under. Still stretching out. Arms and sides of the body stretching forward. You can rest your elbows down and even have bent arms if that feels more comfortable. Taking one more deep breath here. Look up for a moment, scoop your right arm through, bring the palm up towards the ceiling. Try and bring your right ear down towards the floor or the side of your head. Look up towards the sky from underneath your left armpit. Continue to stretch through both sets of fingertips, energy shooting out through your left hand and your right hand. As you twist, feel your shoulder and your sides opening up. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Let the abdomen expand every time you inhale. Empty the lungs as you exhale. Last long inhalation. Exhale fully and then come back to the center. Rest your forehead on the mat just for a moment. We're going to twist the other way now. Gently look up, scoop your left arm through. Bring your shoulder and your ear down to the floor. Try to look up towards the ceiling from underneath your right armpit. Feeling your sides, your oblique muscles stretching with you as you look up. Taking 2 more nice long inhalations. Slow exhalations. Feeling your breath, connecting with your breath as you stretch. And untwist yourself, come back to the center. Rest your forehead just for a moment, straightening out your spine. Come back to your nice, straight and stable tabletop. So your hands are shoulder width apart again. We're going to stretch the right leg back, stretching out the knee, pressing the heel back against an imaginary wall, lifting away from the floor using your chest, your stomach, opening the shoulders nice and wide, neck in line with the spine. Continue to press the heel back gently, feeling the back of your knee stretching. Take a nice long inhalation. As you exhale, bring the knee back. Stretch the left leg. Gently lifting and firming the muscles just above your kneecap, pressing the heel back against an imaginary wall, stretching with the crown of your head. So it's opposing stretches, your head growing long, your heel growing away from you. 1 nice long inhalation here. As you exhale, draw the knee back. Come back. Stretch your knees to the width of your mat. Let the big toes touch and reach forward, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Feeling your hips open up, your lower back, your shoulders and your neck. Resting here for just 2 breaths. And look up. Come back to tabletop position. Bring the knees together. Lift away from the floor. Open the hands nice and wide like a starfish. Press the shoulders open, sliding away from each other, neck in line with the spine. Stretch the right leg back. Stretch the left leg back. Come into your first plank of the day. Gently rock forward and back. Find your balance on your palms. The weight needs to be placed evenly on all parts of your palms. So the front of the palms where the fingers are in, and the heel of the palm where the thumb is. The outer and the inner edges, staying there for 10 counts. Gently draw the stomach in towards the spine. If you tire early, you can bring your knees down and rest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Gently bring the knees down. Stretch the toes out behind you. Rest your forehead on the mat. Bring your hands by your feet. Resting in child's pose. Taking few deep breaths. 3 of them. Feeling your stomach expand against your thighs every time you inhale. And gently sit up. So we're going to warm up the back. We're going to do a part of the sun salutation, part of the Surya Namaskar. You start from plank. Nice strong plank, taking a nice inhalation. As you exhale, bring the knees down, bring the chest down, in between your hands, bring the chin down. 1 more nice long inhalation here. Tuck the elbows into the body, hugging the ribs. Your toes are still curled under, shoulders nice and open. Inhale and stretch forward. Come to a nice low cobra bhujangasana like pose. Pressing the palms down, opening the shoulders. Once again, hugging your ribs with your elbows. Press the tops of the feet down. Heels together. Inhale once more. Look up. As you exhale, curl the toes under. Come up to your knees using your stomach and your chest. And then stretch up to an inverted V with bent knees. The hands are pressing into the mat, shoulders nice and open. And we're going to stretch the right leg and bend the left knee. Feel a nice juicy stretch in the back of your right leg, all the way up from your heel into the ankle, the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring and the buttock. Now change. Bend the right leg, stretch the left. Once again, moving your awareness through the heel, the ankle, calf, back of the knee, hamstring and buttock, going a little faster, maybe 10, let's say 12 times. And 12, switch legs. 11, 10, keep pedaling your legs, stretch. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rock forward back again to plank. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the knees down, bring the chest down, bring the chin down. Inhale, slide forward and up, moving with the breath in a flow now. Exhale, come up to your knees and press up to inverted V. This time, try to straighten out your legs. See if your heels can come closer to the mat. See if your heels are nice and flat on the mat. Open the shoulders, press down into the index finger and the thumb. And rock forward to plank again. Take a nice long inhalation. Exhale, knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, slide forward and up. Open and lift the heart. Exhale, inverted V. Stretch out the backs of the knees. Lengthen the lower back. Lift the hips up. Press away from the floor. Last time, rock forward to plank. Inhale as you exhale, bring the knees down, bring the chest and the chin down. Inhale, slide forward and up. Exhale, inverted V. Doing this one last time, opening and strengthening the back. Rock forward to plank. Now see if you can bring the knees, the chest and the chin down all together. Exhale and down. Inhale, slide forward and up. Exhale, inverted V. Staying there just for a few breaths, 2 breaths. And bring the knees down. Stretch up once more like a cat. Release the lower back. Exhale. Draw the back of your neck in towards you. Draw the chin in towards you. Inhale and stretch up. And come back to your inverted V. Resting for just a moment. Stretching there. Holding for 3 breaths this time. Your chest, your shoulders, your arms all working very hard. And gently rest the knees down once more. Rest in child's pose. We're in child's pose to release the lower back. So have your knees resting fairly close to each other, if not touching each other. Connect with yourself, connect with your lower back, bring your awareness into this lower region of your back. Near the spine, around the hips, and to the sides. Take a nice long inhalation. Exhale fully, relaxing the neck, the shoulders, the arms. One more deep breath here. And then gently bring your hands to the front and sit up. So we're doing the dolphins. We've done them before. If you haven't joined us for the dolphins earlier, let's go through the setup position for dolphins once more. So we'll hold the dolphin pose and then we'll be doing swimming dolphins. Moving through the dolphin, rocking gently forward and back. So you're going to measure out your elbows and bring them down fairly close to your knees, not too far ahead. hips close to your knees. Open up the hands, interlock the fingers. Bring one pinky up so that you don't squash it. And then bring your elbows down onto the mat, making a nice firm tripod. Test it out. See how you feel there. Now when we come up, the lower body is going to come up. Make sure that you're not crashing into your shoulders. The shoulders are pressing away from the floor. They're nice and strong. Stomach nice and strong. Step your legs back and then walk in. Walk the feet towards the head. Now if your hamstrings and your lower back are feeling tight, you can have your knees slightly bent. If not, try and stretch out the legs. The heels will not touch the floor. The heels are off the floor. Your head is also off the floor. Just bring the crown of the head down towards the mat. Press away from your elbows. Draw the shoulders away. Stretch out your hips and bring them up towards the ceiling. Hold. We're going to hold there for about 15 seconds. If you tire early, you can come down and rest in child's pose. Keep breathing. Nice long inhalations, long exhalations. Connecting with your breath as you build this strength. If you relax your breath, you can gain more strength. If you relax your breath, you can stretch the muscle more. The more you tense your breath and your mind, the more difficult it is to maintain your strength or a stretch. Staying there for just 5 more seconds. And bring the knees down. Rest in child's pose again. Taking just 2 more deep breaths here. When you feel your lower back is completely relaxed, the shoulders have gained back some measure of relaxation after using them for so long, holding that strong pose, come back up. So we're going to make our dolphin swim. Measure out your elbows, come back to your tripod, cheat with your pinky. Nice firm tripod, don't let the elbows fall out, keep them exactly where they are. Elbows in line with the shoulders, pressing down into a nice firm tripod. Step the feet back, walk in to a nice V. Now if you feel very tired or you feel your legs or your back are protesting, you can have less of a V as well, can be a little lower down. Maintain that V, take a nice long in-breath, exhale fully, nice firm shoulders. Now on your next in-breath, reach forward, try and bring your chin down to the floor. Exhale, press your head down, bring the crown down to the floor again. Inhale and stretch forward. Exhale and back. We're going to do 6 more of these. 3, exhale as you go back. 4, 5, inhale coming forward, exhale going back. 6, just 2 more. 7, you'll also feel your legs working. And 8, press back for just a moment and rest again in child's pose. Connect with your breath and see how you're breathing. Are you breathing faster than normal? Are you breathing just as you usually do? When your breath returns, measured and calm, gently sit up. So we're going to do 1 more round of swimming dolphins. 8 in the set. This is going to strengthen your shoulders, the sides of your body, but you'll also feel your legs working, so that's a bonus. So coming up, make your nice V, feel firm there, press away from the floor with your shoulders, don't crash down. Nice long back, use your stomach, pull the stomach into the spine. Inhale, come forward, 1, exhale, back, 2, press back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, last one, 8, and press back. Bring your knees down, rest in child's pose. And gently sit up when you're rested. So we're going to do a sideways plank, side plank or Vasisthasana. And this pose is going to help you strengthen the side of your body. So the side, the arm towards the inside, the ribs, the muscles around your chest, your waist, your hip and your legs. So let's try a very simple version of it. Have your right arm down on the floor. Fingers nice and wide. Bring your knee in line with your arm and stretch your left leg away. Press away from the floor, pushing the left hip up towards the sky. You will feel your hip, your side, your arm, all of this work. And then look up, bring your arm up towards the ceiling. Feel all those muscles work, staying there for about 3 breaths. Relax your left arm, come down, rest your knees. So if you noticed, my wrist and my shoulder were kind of in line but just a little away from each other, not directly, because you'll bring a lot of pressure into your wrist when you're doing this. We're going to try it one more time, bringing one leg up. So you have your right hand down on the floor. You stretch your right leg in line, the foot in line with your hand, and rest your left leg down. Now once again, don't let your hips sink. Lift up with the hip, lift up with the side body, lift up into your arm, and then stretch the left arm up. Staying there for just 3 breaths. And bring the left arm down. Rest both your knees. We're going to now try this with both legs up. Don't worry if you're not able to manage it. It's perfectly okay. You can continue to practice with just one leg in line. So to get into side plank with both legs up, we'll start out in plank. Come up to a nice high plank. Be nice and stable there. Now roll your right foot, the outer edge of it down. See whether your foot and your wrist are in line with each other. Press away from the floor. If you feel good about it, raise that other arm. If you're ready, look up and come back down just for a moment. Rest. Let's try that one more time. This time, holding for a little longer. Stretching up, come back down. Find your balance. Press away from the floor, lift the arm. If you feel you can balance, nice strong core, nice strong hips, look up towards the sky. And gently bring that arm down, rest for a moment, stretch out your wrist, relax it. We're doing everything that we just did on the left. So first resting the wrist down, just the knee, lift the side, stretch up, stretch your arm up, look up. Bring the arm down, rest for a moment. Let's try it with one leg now. Left hand and left foot in line. Bring the right foot down, stretch up, hold. And come back down. Rest that wrist for a moment. Going for goal down. Both legs up. Remember, if you can't get both legs up, it's perfectly fine to practice again with just one foot on the mat. Come to a nice plank, hands shoulder width apart. Come up and be stable. Turn. And then stretch up when you feel stable. Look up at your hand. And gently come back down. Rest for a moment. Relax the hands. Imagine you're throwing water off your fingers. Relaxing the hands, relaxing the wrists, rolling them back. And now centering the spine. Come to a nice down dog. Legs are hip width apart. When you look down, you shouldn't be able to see the insides of your heels. If your heels are off the mat, it's perfectly okay. If you can press the heels closer to the mat, bring them down, open the shoulders nice and wide. Lengthen the neck in line with your spine. Take a nice long inhalation, exhale fully, stretch a little bit more, bringing the hips higher up towards the ceiling, lifting the tailbone. Open the shoulders, press down into the index finger and the thumb. Take one more deep breath in, see if you can stretch a little bit more. Holding there for 2 breaths. And then raise the heels off, press them back down, bend the knees. Starting to walk forward towards your hands. Bring your legs hip width apart. Either have the fingertips, the fingers, or the palms resting down on the floor. Release the head down towards the floor. The knees are bent, the legs are completely parallel. Your lower back is relaxed. The crown of your head is gently coming down towards the floor. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck, release it completely. Take a nice deep inhalation. Exhale, relax the upper body. Now, keep your hands exactly where they are. Keep the crown of your head exactly where it is and try and straighten up the legs as much as you can. If the legs do not straighten much, if they are still slightly bent, when you're here, that's fine too. If you're feeling more open in the hamstrings and the lower back, straighten the legs completely. Stretching out the backs of your knees, drawing your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Connect with your lower back. See how it feels. If it's feeling tight or achy, bend the knees a little bit. Connect with your hamstrings, see how they are feeling. If they are complaining and screaming and saying, oh God, this is too much for me, bend the knees a little bit. And keeping your neck relaxed, keeping your head where it is, keeping your hands exactly where they are, bend the knees a little bit more. One more time, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, stretch the legs as much as your lower back and your hamstrings allow, keeping the head exactly where it is. Staying here for 2 more breaths. Feeling your lower back starting to open up. Take another deep inhalation. As you exhale, bend the knees. One last time, take a deep breath in. Keep the head exactly where it is. Keep the hands where they are. Stretch and straighten the legs as much as your body allows you. Holding here for 3 breaths. So you're stretched forward in Utkatasana. Stretching as much as your lower back and your hamstrings want you to stretch. You can be up on your fingertips. You can even be holding on to your calves or your ankles if you like. Ideally, I'd like you to have your hands down on the floor if you can and just stretch the back of your knees as much as you can. Now bend the knees again. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Don't hold any tension there. Slowly rolling up. 1 vertebra at a time, starting with your lower back. Then your middle back, upper back, and your head comes up last. So your legs are still hip width apart, and we're going to start out stretching the shoulders. So you fold your left arm in, like so. Check whether your hand is resting between the shoulder blades. And if your hand doesn't come up so high, if you're struggling and you're just here, you can use a towel. Use a towel or a belt. Stretch that arm as much as you can. Now bring the other arm up. See if you can hold on to all 4 fingers. Once you're here, nice and comfortable, lift the stomach, lift the chest. Open up the shoulders as much as you can. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, if you feel ready, if your shoulders feel open enough, fold forward. You can bend the knees or keep them straight, however you wish to. Staying here for about 10 seconds. You'll feel a stretch inside your shoulder towards the front of your left shoulder. You might even feel your wrist stretching. You might feel a stretch in the back towards the tricep,
in your right arm. Staying here for just 5 more seconds, deepening the stretch if you want to. And then take a deep breath in, come all the way back up. Release the hands, rest that shoulder down, stretch the left arm to the side. And gently release the arm. So we're stretching the right arm this time, and if you're a right-handed person, this arm is going to be a lot stiffer because we're always writing, moving this wrist, and it turns less. So in order to move the arm, you need to turn the wrist and bring the arm up. Once again, if you need help with this pose, with this stretch, use a belt or a towel. So take your right arm, turn it up. See if you need help with the wrist, turn the wrist a little bit more. See if you need help with the elbow, stretch it a little higher up between the shoulder blades. Once you're feeling nice and secure there, stretch the left arm up. See if you can hold on to all 4 fingers, wiggle a little bit, bring that arm a little higher. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale fully. Try not to build tightness in your shoulders. Take a nice long inhalation. As you exhale, reach forward. Now if you feel comfortable, go lower than this or continue to stay halfway. Staying here for 10 seconds only. Feeling a stretch in your wrist and your right shoulder. Also in the tricep, the back of the left arm. Continuing to stretch that as well. Staying here for 5 more seconds. See if you can deepen the stretch. Take a nice long inhalation, come all the way up. Gently release that arm. Stretch out your right shoulder. So your back is straight, your arm is completely to the side. You bring your other hand in line with your wrist and just stretch from the shoulder, keeping your back absolutely straight. Don't move with your shoulder, keeping it nice and straight. And gently relax. Roll the shoulders back a couple of times. Roll them forward. You would have really felt that stretch in your shoulders. And draw the feet together. Bring your hands to prayer and start to bend the knees. Continuing to come down. Nice steady ankles, strong stomach and thighs. Relax the shoulders. Lift up the chest and the side body. Don't sink. Lift. Hold here just for 2 more breaths. Fix your gaze, your drishti, on a nice spot in front of you which isn't moving, and that will help you to concentrate. Taking 1 more deep breath here and coming back up the same way, pressing the heels down, strong thighs and straighten the legs. Relax. So we're going to go into Utkatasana, the chair pose next. You'll have your legs together again. There are a couple of ways to get into Utkatasana. You try something a little different than we did last time. So you bend your knees so much that you can sweep the mat with your fingertips, stretching and then coming up where your knee is bent. Don't let the back arch. You draw the tailbone down, pull the stomach up, keep your back nice and safe. Look up towards your fingertips. Hold there for 5 long breaths. And gently stretch up, relax the arms, shake those legs out. You would have really felt that in your legs, your thighs, even your stomach working. So we're going down to the floor now, trying to move the same way. Bring your hands to prayer. Straighten out your back, pull the stomach in. Nice strong thighs, pull up the muscles above the kneecaps. Press down into the floor, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to bend. Balance. Now, tricky part. Without using your hands and without falling, sit back and place your hips down on the floor. And stretch those legs out, shake them out gently. So you're going to use a block for your next pose. If you don't have a yoga block, it's okay. We can try it without. Keep your block handy, keep it close to you. Lie down on your back. Bend the knees. Make sure your entire back is flat on the floor. No gaps, no arches. Rest the neck completely. So your hands are resting on the floor or you're holding on wherever you feel comfortable. Knees are hip width apart and they stay hip width apart. Don't let them go out. Inhale deeply, raise the hips, bring them up as high as you can. See if you can bring them up so high that your chest comes into your chin. Check in with your lower back. It shouldn't be feeling crunched, it shouldn't be feeling painful. If you're feeling like this is too much of a stretch for you, come lower. Be safe. Feel the outer thighs rolling in so that your knees are still parallel to each other. Now, if you're feeling comfortable here or higher and you feel like you could stretch a little bit more, you could take your block and gently place it just above your tailbone. So it's not in your lower back, it's lower than that, just where the tailbone ends. It shouldn't be poking you in the back. Make it nice and strong, adjusted the way you want, and then just hold the pose. If you don't have a block, continue to hold the pose. If you get very tired, you can bring your hips down, staying here for just 10 more seconds. Relax your jaw, relax the skin around your forehead. Take a nice long inhalation, exhale fully, staying there 5 more seconds. Hold on to that block. Release it. Bring your hips down. If you have released the pose already, hug your knees into your chest to release your lower back. And you can gently rock to the side if you want. Massaging your hip, massaging your lower back against the floor, or you can make little circles with your knees. Rolling one way, then the other. And come back. Bring the knees down, bring the feet down to the floor. So we're going to practice the wheel. This is a fairly advanced pose. If you don't feel flexible enough for this, do not attempt it. You need upper body strength, you need strength in the arms to attempt this pose. So if you feel you're not ready for the wheel, be judicious, be safe. You just do the Setu Bandhasana again. The bridge, hold it there for 10 seconds. If you want to join me in the wheel, you're going to turn your hands under. Bring them under your shoulder blades. Your feet are hip width apart, knees hip width apart, and don't worry about it if your knees start to go apart as you come up. It's perfectly okay the first time you attempt it. So your fingers are resting under your shoulder blades, and we're going to bring the legs as well as the arms away from the floor all together. Take a nice deep breath in. Start to stretch up. Think of lifting your body rather than pushing with your lower back. You shouldn't be feeling any crunchy feeling in your lower back. Outsides of the thighs are rolling in towards each other. If your arms are bent here, it's all right. If you can, straighten the arms, staying there for 10 seconds. If you're tired, release the pose slowly by bending your knees and your arms. Keep breathing. Gently bending the knees and the arms, coming down to the floor, hugging the knees into the chest. Bring your head in towards your knees, either your forehead or your chin. Hold there for a few breaths, 3 long breaths here. And gently release. Straighten out your neck. Stretch it to the side. Other side. Pull your neck out nice and long. Bringing the chin in towards your chest. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Straighten out the legs now. Resting your lower back down on the floor. If in this pose, in Savasana, in the corpse pose, you feel that your lower back is achy or it's not feeling comfortable, you can place a bolster or 2 cushions underneath your knees, so your knees will be slightly bent this way and your lower back will come onto the floor. Use the width of your mat as a guide. Your legs are at least hip width apart. Move anything you have close to you away from your body. Move your hands away 6 to 8 inches. Palms turned up, toes falling to the sides. Gently close your eyes and focus on your breath. We're going to try a yogic breath. Sounds very fancy, it's not. So you're going to take a nice long inhalation, and as you inhale, let the abdomen expand and then let the chest expand. As you exhale, relax the chest. Release the stomach muscles completely, bringing them down towards the spine. Doing this 3 more times. Inhale, abdomen expands, chest gently rises. Exhale, relax the chest. Release the abdominal muscles. If you can't do this one muscle at a time, first stomach and then chest, it's all right. Use whatever way you can to allow both these sets of muscles to expand and contract as you inhale and then as you exhale. 2 more breaths this way. Nice long inhalation, stomach expands, chest gently rises. Exhale, chest relaxes, stomach muscles gently contract. One last time. Inhaling, stomach expanding, chest expanding. Exhaling, chest relaxing, stomach relaxing. And now just breathing normally, resting each part of your body. Make any last few adjustments that you want to. Relax the toes, soles of the feet, heels and the ankles. Relax your legs, the calves, the knees, the thighs and the hips. Relaxing the stomach and the pelvis. Discarding all the thoughts that you keep giving to your stomach. My stomach needs to be small, my stomach needs to be hidden, my stomach needs to have 8-pack abs. Discarding those thoughts for now, letting your stomach breathe freely. Letting it expand as you inhale. Relaxing the back, lower back, the middle back. Muscles at the side near your waist, near your armpit. The upper back in between the shoulder blades, around the shoulders, up where the neck meets the back of the head. Relaxing these parts of your body. Relax the chest, the heart and the lungs, and bring your awareness to your ribs. Every time you inhale, feel your ribs expand and move away from the midline of the body, moving out to the sides. Relaxing your arms, your shoulders, your neck and your throat. Feel your jaw relax. The skin of your forehead, taking a nice long inhalation as you're doing this. Exhale fully and just be with yourself, connect with your body and your breath for a few moments.
So today we did poses that strengthened and stretched the upper body, also using the strength in your stomach and your back. Join us next time when we'll be doing a whole lot of poses through the Surya Namaskar. That's going to work your cardiovascular strength, your cardiovascular ability, and also strengthen your entire body. Remember to stay connected with yourself till then, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.